the hierophant. So this is the phase that you are currently going through. So as you know, the hierophant, number 5 of the major arcana, is all about solid relationships. It's traditional, conventional relationships. So you obviously looking for something steady, reliable, and something that's possibly more of the traditional type relationship. Marriage even, it's often described as a marriage card. So that's where you are, just yourself, not the relationship. That's you, what you're thinking of. That is the card of Taurus. So perhaps, you're thinking of a Taurus or someone with very steady, solid earth feel to them. So we look at the past, see what is bringing into. And then we've got Strength, which is the card of Leo. So it would suggest that in the past you've had to be strong. There may well have been some ups and downs, but you've got through that, and now you're looking to steady things up, to firm things up, make them perhaps official even. So we'll look at the present, where the relationship is right now. And we have Justice. So it's balanced. Okay, whatever you've gone through here, you've now found balance and equilibrium. That's a really good place to be. Now, if you're not currently partnered, this can still relate to you. Either it's the partner that's coming towards you that you have yet to meet, or it's you setting yourself up to be ready for a relationship. So it's a pretty nice place to be right now. And we'll have a look at what future energies await. And we've got Judgment. So perhaps this is somebody from your past, possibly even an ex, and you're looking down the line. If you head in the same direction, you're looking to get back together and you would like to make it official. Perhaps this is what these ups and downs were. Maybe you actually even broke up and it had to get steady and it comes back. If that's not the case, then it could well be that the relationship itself is going to be renewed, maybe through this hierophant energy of keeping it steady, going public, marriage. Either way, that's a very firm commitment that you're looking for. And you're holding your ground with it, with Justice. You're not going to accept anything less than what you deserve, what's fair. And that's a good thing. So we'll just have a look at this last card, which is about the influences that you're not aware of, hidden influences that you don't control, might be going on in the background with your partner or somebody else who can affect the relationship. And we'll just have a look at that. And we have Temperance. So that's the card of Sagittarius. So if there is a Sagittarius around you that does have an influence on your relationship, it is only going to be good. This is a good influence. Any card with an angel in it, like Temperance and Judgment up here, talks about divine timing. You know, the angels are in charge here, not you. So perhaps it's the divine is the outside influence. Excuse me. It also speaks of divine timing. And it mirrors very well the Justice card you see here with the scales, keeping things in balance. And also Temperance, keeping the fire and the water in balance. So that bodes very well. Keeping things on an even keel so that you can manifest the solid future relationship. So that's what you're wanting right now. So we'll just have a little look here at the Sacred Traveller Oracle, see if there's some advice with regards to this. It looks very positive. I think the message here that I'm getting quite clearly is that you have to hold your ground. You have to keep that justice going, because if things get out of balance, that is when you're going to run into trouble. You know what you want, and it looks like, you know, the universe, the angels, fate, destiny, whatever works for you, they want it for you too. But that balance has to be there, otherwise things are going to go awry. And in the future, well, okay, that one popped out. In the future, it does look like you're going to get a second chance at this relationship now that you've set your boundaries. You know where you want it to go. You just have to wait a little while, I think. Won't be too long, but just make sure that you're consistent with those so that your partner or future partner understands that is what you need and that is what you are looking for. And if you settle for less, you're not going to be happy. You want them to put a ring on it, basically. And if they don't, then you're going to have to reassess. So let's just have a look at what this narrow pathway, okay, tread thoughtfully. So we'll just have a read of that one. This can also talk about being quite cautious, you know, not jumping into something. You really need to make sure that everything is in its place. So I'll read to you the card. It says, do not make any quick decisions. Think things through. Tread carefully. If you rush into anything, there are potential difficulties. Keep very focused and don't allow yourself to get distracted. Your project will succeed if you go slowly. So with both the Justice and the Temperance, they are, you know, treading that path. They are not cards that rush into anything. Neither is the Hierophant. It's a very considered situation that you're in. You want to make sure that it is on the right path before you rush forward. So it's a little time of holding back, perhaps, just to see how things are going to progress with your partner. The relationship will grow, but don't be in a hurry. Let it all emerge in its own time. Be thoughtful in all areas of your life. And this is what the Temperance card reminds us of a lot. We may want something and we may want it now. It's not always in our best interest, and sometimes we do just have to take some time out, hold still for a bit, and then it becomes much easier. If you're fighting against the current, that just makes more pressure on everybody. Just have some patience here. So when the path becomes narrow, success will ensue if you go slowly and carefully. The traveller takes one step at a time, deliberately and cautiously. No detail of the path is overlooked. Keep your focus on the steps ahead. Do not get ahead of yourself. Breathe, relax. You will be able to achieve what others have not if you take the time to consider carefully all options and move forward with deliberate care. And I think you're doing that. With this is where you are in the present, and this is you. This is the relationship. This is you. And you really are holding steady. And we've got Lapis Lazuli. This is a card from the Crystal Angels Oracle from Doreen Virtue. Excuse me. We've got Lapis Lazuli, life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big, blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. Now you can swap that out, obviously, for angels, the universe, fate, however you want to look at it. And I'll just say this piece of lapis. beautiful night sky. And you've got a couple of lovely skies there from the Judgment and the Temperance. And I'll just read you what it says from this. So your life is about to change with blessings supporting your progress in learning and growing. The hierophant is often also about higher education, large institutions, tradition, education, that sort of thing. So perhaps this is you being open to learning and growing. This card signals that you're reaching a pivotal moment when you will make a life-changing decision. And we can see that that's coming with the Judgment. You know, that's an opportunity to take a second chance at something. It's a wake-up call as well. So it is about epiphany. You may also have an epiphany that seems to turn your life upside down. Now, we can't see that here, but there's always the opportunity with Judgment to really set things on their head. Not in a tower way. You know this is coming, and this is something you've dealt with previously. It's a re-emergence of an existing situation, and this is your time to make a decision on it and deal with it and clear it. So whether that's to go forward or to not with this person and this relationship, that's for you to decide. Perhaps you realise a truth about yourself, a relationship, your health, or your career. Facing truths can be frightening, yet it's also freeing. It's really what the Judgment card is all about in order for you to rebirth something. Lapis lazuli can also signal transformation on your spiritual path. You may return to core beliefs, which is hierophant. Connect with Mother Mary, who is associated associated with the colour blue and lapis, or awaken your natural spiritual gifts. You've got two very spiritual cards here, Judgment and Temperance. So it could be that spirituality or religion is involved in this situation, and whether it's you're going through an awakening, leading to having an impact on your relationship or your thoughts about relationships. Maybe that's why you want to have it. Well, there's three spiritual cards, really. Maybe that's why you want to make it solid and official. Maybe you've decided that that's what path you need to go down. About lapis, this highly sought-after royal blue crystal is actually composed of several other stones, including calcite and pyrite, and I think you can see that. The calcite is the white. The pyrite is the lovely glittery star. You can sometimes see it polished. It was crushed into powdered pigment in ancient times to paint images of Mother Mary. Lapis can initiate spiritual insights and realizations and help you discern and understand divine guidance. And I think that's one of the key messages of this reading, is that we have three highly spiritual cards. Temperance, hierophant, so obviously this is imagery of a pope, so a religious leader. So it's about spirituality, growth, learning, stability, tradition, core values. As I said, it's a Taurus card, so it's about what you value, okay? What you value in the relationship and valuing yourself. So you've learnt your worth through your strength, and now you are at the point where you want what you're worth. Scales can be measured for, obviously with the Justice card, it's about justice and truth. It will also be for measuring your worth. Understand what you're worth and don't settle for less. But you definitely have three cards of spirituality, and you've got how many angels in your reading? How many? Goodness, they've got your back, but you are going to have to make a decision at some point quite soon, I think. Hold steady for now. Understand what you want, what you need from a relationship. Don't settle for less. And when the time comes, you'll make the right decision. So I wish you all the best with that, Aries. Be interesting to see how mid-December progresses, see whether we have moved on from this situation. Don't forget to be cautious, weigh it up carefully with the Justice card, and maybe you might like to get a little bit of lapis. That's also very good for tuning into your intuition, and you may need to just focus on that a little bit so that you don't go off task, off track.